So the other day I walked into my kid's school. That's it. That's the cultural difference between Norway and America. So often I find that Norwegians understand intellectually what it's like to live in America. You read the news, you're informed citizens, but on a gut instinct level, you don't know what it's like to live there every day, and this is a great example. Maybe some of you are aware, but I'm guessing a lot of you aren't, that you can't just walk into a school in America. And it kind of startles me every time that I have to go up to my kid's school for a meeting or something, and I stand around the door trying to figure out what the procedure to get let in is, when I realize I can just walk into the school because it's safe for children to be in schools without locked, barricaded doors in Norway. And to be perfectly honest with you, anytime I wonder if it was worth leaving my entire career as a professor that I built over more than a decade, that moment when I can just walk into their school and it's safe answers it for me. So in America, even in elementary schools, maybe particularly in elementary schools, doors are always locked. You type a thing and maybe you get buzzed in. The procedure's a little different everywhere, but basically the poor school secretary is essentially a guard that lets people in and out. You sign, you give a driver's license and ID so that if you kill everybody, they know who you were. Of course, you probably know that in the high schools you walk through a metal detector, but sometimes even in the elementary schools there's a double door. Okay, so maybe you ring the doorbell, you get let in the first door. There's like a bulletproof glass, or sometimes not, sometimes just glass. The poor secretary, I guess, is just taking one for the team. And they ask you the questions, you sign your name, give your ID, and then they let you through the second door once they make sure that you're safe to be there. Yeah, so literally every time. Like, there was one time I had to meet with the school nurse, and like I just stood outside the door for a few minutes being like, how do I get in? And then I realized that I could just walk in. And there's something psychological. Like, I've done videos here about the, I guess you would call it like trauma or like long-term response of me still reacting to this stress from America. There is something so healing in the door to a school, a public place that should be innocent and sweet and kind. There is something so healing about it just being open because it is safe.